All right. Hey, it's me, Queen Sensitivity, the Bright Queen, and today we're going to be doing a fun pick a card based on messages from your soulmate or soulmates. What do you need to know from your soulmates? And without further ado, we'll just get started. This is pile 1. This is pile 2. And this is pile 3. You can choose the timestamps in the description, and I will see you soon. All right, hey pile 1. This is going to be your reading on messages from your soulmate. And before we get started, I just want to remind you to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate the support. So the first thing I'm going to do is do like a quick energy check, and then we'll see who is this soulmate to get like what type of soulmate this is. It could be platonic, it could be romantic, it could be relative, familial, it could be someone you haven't met yet. Excuse me. So the energy of this, it feels like very restricted. So it might have to do something with work, or it might have to do something with like their job is like getting in the way of this connection. And I feel like they want you to know that it won't always be this way. Like this job won't always be this way, and that they care about you more than they care about the job. Because I'm getting that scene at the end of Diary of a Mad Black Woman where Helen runs to Orlando, and it's like the whole time, like the main thing that was like holding her back from dating Orlando was that he had a different like financial income than what she was used to. So there could be like this person, I'm guessing this is romantic. These bracelets are irritating me. I'm guessing this is romantic, since that's what I'm feeling. And this, you and this person, I feel like it's mostly you who has like a subconscious issue with them making less money than you, or less money than you would like. I feel like you come from like a higher social class, or you're used to more luxury, more wealth than they have. And this is something that you feel like people are gonna say, oh, look at them, look at pile number 1, dating down, you know. That also happened in The Notebook with Noah and Allie, where like if he was rich, that whole thing wouldn't have even happened. But because he was from a different economic class, economic status, there was that tension. But as I was saying, at the end of the Diary of a Mad Black Woman movie, she goes to his job. I think there's a lot of meaning and significance in the fact that she goes to his warehouse job and says that she chooses him and asks him to ask her again. So I feel like if you have like left this person or turned them down, or if you've been distancing yourself from this person because of this subconscious bias, and like you might not have meant to or like wanted to. Go by the door if you'd like to go out, kitty. You might not have wanted to or meant to, but like I feel like you have to apologize, or you're feeling sorry about something. And if you're not feeling like that, then this isn't your pile. But I feel like this person will give you another chance. Even if it's not immediate, they will give you another chance. So just like, that's what I was saying at the beginning, like this job isn't gonna ruin this connection. Like there is still the possibility of it. Kitty, why are you drinking my water? Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, so I think we've pretty much gotten who is this person. So we had this most likely to card. Number 86 might be important, or 8 plus 6 is 14. Yeah. So 14 might be important, or the number 5. always tries to convince friends to do drugs with them. So I don't think this person has a drug problem. Give me a moment, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. So I don't think this person has a drug problem, but I do think there is something with their friends. I feel like they have someone very toxic around them. And this could also be why they have this financial situation, because of who they're surrounded by. But it could also just be two separate things. But this person is definitely surrounded by someone who has massively negative, low vibrational energy, because when I picked up this card, I felt so overwhelmed and I felt kind of dizzy. So you might even know this person, and when you are around them, you might get headaches or just feel nauseous, or like, I'm hearing wanting to drown, or like drowning in this person's energy. And I feel like your soulmate, your person, because they've been around them for so long, they don't really notice it anymore, but you notice it. So that might also be something, and that's how you can tell. Because I just had the light Palo Santo, and I remember that when I researched, like, if people don't like the smell of like certain cleansing incense or burning things that are like cleansing, then there's probably something in them that needs to be cleansed severely. And that's what I was reminded of picking up Palo Santo. I feel like we're going to get more proof here. Yeah, lifting the veil. Yeah. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So I feel like that your person, like their eyes need to be like, the wool needs to be removed from their eyes. But at the same time, because this is your soulmate and because they are connected to you, I feel like it's the same for you. I feel like, excuse me, this is a message from spirit. You might not want to hear it. And if you don't feel like listening to this, then just like stop, get off this video and go somewhere else, because you don't have to sit here and listen to something that's dragging you down. But I'm getting this message, like, you're not realizing something about this person. I'm hearing like it's just not time yet. Like I was saying earlier, like it's still gonna work out. Like there's still the possibility, the energy that this can work out and you can be on good terms again with this person. But you can't force it. This here looks like a tornado / like some sort of angel wings. And, you know, natural disasters, they happen like in divine timing. You can't, well, you probably can, but you know what I mean? They're called natural disasters for a reason. You can't manufacture them. But the storms, they are necessary to cleanse and get rid of things that no longer serve. And this person needs to get rid of things that no longer serve them. And what the veil needs to be lifted. And for you is that you can't save them. And in fact, you should be using this time to like clear out your life and people who shouldn't be around you, or bad habits that you have. Because I'm feeling like the devil card almost, like bad habits. And you're so focused on like trying to fix this person, micromanaging this person, and trying to tell spirit, trying to tell God, like, no, like make this happen. If only this person had more money, if only this person, like if we had better like financial independence, it would work out. But it's more to it than that. Everything is spiritual. Everything is emotional. Everything is emotional intelligence. And so you can't fake your way into the golden gates. You know what I mean? You can't bring papers to the golden gates, so to speak, and be like, look, we have the papers. Because I wrote it down on the paper, that means it's true. You have to actually do the work. And I feel like that's what you're being called to do now. And that's why there's this blockage, so to speak. And it's like, don't think that you're wrong, because you're not wrong. Like nothing can stop what's meant to be. What's meant to be will be. Like birds of a feather, they gonna stick together, okay? But the thing is, like, it has to be authentic. It has to be genuine, and it has to be coming from an inner place of love, for yourself. And I feel like you're not in the business right now of fully respecting yourself, because I do feel like there's like this anxious, low-key, very low-key chasing energy trying to pull this person towards you, but you need to let it go. And when you do, you'll realize these little kinks in your life that aren't working for you, people you need to stand up to, things that you need to change and reorganize, stop doing, or habits that you need to implement will become very clear. Dietary changes, exercises that you need to do, meditation practices that you need to get in the habit of. But I feel like because you grew up a certain way, like having a lot of responsibility to care for other people, you can't help but try to care for this person and to try to heal them too. And that's a very beautiful thing. Like, that's not something to be ashamed of. So I don't want you to feel bad by these critiques that Spirit is giving you, that I'm giving you. I don't feel bad for these things. Like, these are beautiful things. It's just that beautiful things too can be wrong when it's not time, when it's not coming from a place of love. And I feel right now it's coming from a place of anxiety. Don't worry about this person. Like, just like you can remove the wool from over your eyes, they can too. They are equal to you. I feel like the equal sign is important. Like maybe that Ed Sheeran album with the equal sign. Anything else we need to know, Spirit? Okay. And one more here, please. Ooh. I'm getting like a bit dizzy from this pile. So before even just going based off of the cards, I feel like you could be experiencing like energetic attacks from someone, specifically a female, maybe this person's ex, and or you could just be getting a super duper like activation with your crown chakra, where you need to lie down and rest, or it will get worse. Like, I feel like if you just lie down and rest, like take the sick day, call off of school, I don't know, get a babysitter, whatever you need to do, and like take a full day to rest, like not be on your phone, not watching TV, but actually lying down with your eyes closed, it will, like this will go, but it'll be over in that 24 hours. But if you keep delaying, it'll keep prolonging itself. It'll just keep giving you a headache. Like, you need to let it out. I feel like there's something more here to this connection that you're not admitting to yourself, or that you're not saying. Maybe with something with someone's mother, or there's something that just doesn't fit right now. It just doesn't fit. And I feel like you've been trying to ask, like, how can this work out? How can this work out, Spirit, even though this unmovable obstacle is here? Like, how can it work out? And it's like, don't try to move the obstacle. Like, let it stay there. Like, I'm thinking of like King Arthur's sword, and you can't pull it out of the ground, or Thor's hammer, you can't pick it up because you're not the chosen one. But you're like, but we are the chosen ones. But it's like, you're not. Like, let it be unmovable. Like, let it be unmoved. And eventually you'll be so grateful, like when the timing comes and that sword gets pulled from the rock. Like, you'll be so grateful. And I'm feeling, and I would feel bad if I didn't say this. And again, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to agree with anything I say. But I'm feeling like you kind of know they aren't the one you want them to be, or the one you think, like they're not King Arthur. I feel like you know that, and you've been forcing them to be. But like, don't take this to mean that like in the future you can't still love them and you can't still be grateful for them and you can't still have them in your life. You can. And I can kind of give you an example. Like Taylor Swift said, like in one of her songs, I think Invisible String, where she was like, now I send my exes gifts for their babies. Like her exes are still in her life and she still cares about them and their success, and they're still a part of her, but they're not King Arthur. And they never were. They couldn't wear that crown, but it doesn't mean that they're nothing. And so I feel like you need to let go of that very black and white mentality of this or that, of it has to be this or it's nothing. Like this extremist mentality. You can let it go and you can let it be, and you can let love expand instead of trying to squish it into this narrow hallway. Yeah, this is your soulmate. Like I said, they're a part of your soul family, and I feel like you can still call on them and their soul and their energy to be with you. You don't have to get rid of them energetically, but you also need to stop fighting for something that should be easy. Yeah, there's something with exes here as well. I feel like this one speaks for itself. Let me get some water. Yeah. Drugs were mentioned here, and then there's addiction here. So maybe there is something with some sort of substance abuse also contributing. But I feel like this is an addiction of yours. So either you are abusing something, and it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It can literally just be that you're eating too many cheeseburgers. But I feel like more than anything, it's your addiction to like anxiety and to trying to control everything. And this is something I'm very much guilty of. So please don't be hard on yourself. Like, give yourself a break. Let God in. This is the message that I got today from Spirit, was to like let them take the wheel. Like, don't try to figure everything out myself. Like, let them deliver me the most beautiful thing instead of me trying to buy myself a single rose. Let them deliver me 15 acres where I can have as many gardens as I want. Do you see what I mean? Like, stop trying to go like the hard way. Okay, so now we will get a message from a book. I feel like this one. Yeah, 50 Shades Darker. What are their soulmate? What does their soulmate want to tell them? I feel like different page. I saw Anne Hathaway, so maybe one of her movies. Christian, I'm really not hungry. He studiously ignores me as he frets through the enormous fridge. Cheese, he asks. Not at this hour. Pretzels. In the fridge? No, I snap. He turns and grins at me. You don't like pretzels. Not at 11:30, Christian. I'm going back to bed. I'm going to bed. You can rummage around in your refrigerator for the rest of the night if you want. I'm tired and I've had far too interesting a day I'd like to forget. I slide off the stool and he scrawls at me, but right now I don't care. I want to go to bed. I'm exhausted. So the overall message from your soulmate is that they are tired. They are working hard and they are tired. They have a lot going on. And again, this is what they said at the beginning. It's not about you. It's not a reflection of how they feel for you, that they're busy and tired. So take this time, beautiful, beautiful person of Pile 1, and reflect on yourself. Like, give yourself a break from thinking about this, from micromanaging this, from trying to fix this, from trying to force King Arthur to come and pull the sword out of the stone, and just instead enjoy the sunrise or the sunset or whatever the day is glamorously offering to you. That is much easier said than done. but it is possible, and it will help you feel some relief, which you very, very much deserve. So don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below if you have enjoyed this reading, and I will see you next time. Bye. Pile 2. There's going to be messages from your soulmate, and the first thing I'm going to do is do an energy check, and then we're going to see what kind of connection this is. Like, who is this? It could be multiple people. Let me go ahead and take this Mintaka one. I don't know, I feel like that one too. I can get one more for third. This one. So this is definitely someone you knew in a past life. Probably like a starseed from like a different planet or a different dimension. Yeah, different dimension, different planet, different place. And you were in different bodies, different types of bodies, probably telepathy. So you probably still have that now, telepathy. This group feels so much better than pile 1. I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to do the other piles because I just had this like pounding headache, like somebody was like hitting my head, and I thought it was like me, but it's not, because this feels so much better. And because I just said that, I feel like that's how you can know that this is your reading, is because you were with someone that you thought was like one of your soulmates, but was really like a karmic person. And like, it was such a headache and it was so hard, I feel like, to meet with them, to like the forced conversation, like to get things to be smooth. And then you met this person, or then you reunited with this person, or started talking to this person again, and it just feels like, like I thought there was something wrong with me, but it was just the wrong person. And it's reminding me of this person. So that's how you can know also like who this is. There were 2 people. There was this guy that I wanted to like be with so bad, and it was so hard to see him. Like, it was so hard to meet with him. And like, I always felt like I was like battling and arguing with him in the text messages that we would share. And then finally one day I just like stopped. Like, he said something, or he didn't reply to something, and I just stopped, and I felt so good. So I feel like this soulmate person here could be right after you decided to choose yourself, right after you decided to like let go of somebody else and take the risk of being alone again. This person feels very expansive. They feel like they don't force you to do anything. Like, they don't force you to be anybody else, and you can't explain it, but like, that's just like, that's the perfect way to say it. Like, they don't force you to be anybody else. Look at this, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. I feel like things you didn't even know you needed, this person has. I'm seeing Stephen Young. So maybe this person looks like them or has a similar birthday to Stephen Young. I just feel like Stephen Young's energy, it's so like soft and like embracing, but it's strong. I feel like Stephen could kick somebody's ass if need be. But otherwise, when the need is not there, he's very like soft and easygoing. I feel like that's this person. So maybe that show, anything with Stephen Young in it might have messages for you in there. But I was gonna say that song Smithereens by 21 Pilots, and maybe just that whole album, because there was another song on there about like how like the brother or the cousin like went ham on these people that showed up at their house or something like that. This person is very protective. protective of you. And I feel like you didn't have to earn it. Like, you don't have to do anything like to earn this person protection. They might have like dark hair, black hair, dark hair that's like bushy when it gets long, or messy hair when it gets long, or is like overgrown. Thinks they have swag. 232 might be important, or 52, or 7 might be important. The number 7, or 25. 52 or 25 might be their birthday. 25, or February 5th, or 2000, or 32 could be their age, or 23 could be their age. 52 could be their age. 25 could be their age. Any of those things. But I feel like this person like was a teenager, or was at least a preteen when the word swag was like popular. Soulja Boy swag, like something like that. I feel like this person had like an MP3 player. They're definitely like of a certain, very like specific group, like maybe Gen X. I don't know. Lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. Yeah, you and this person have met before. I feel like you've been lovers before. I feel like it's kind of unclear to you at this time whether or not you'll be lovers again this time, but there's definitely like that potential there. But I feel like it's up in the air. I feel like you don't know if like you and this person will like date and like be romantic together, or if it's just like something that's meant to come and go. It's almost as if like this person, like if you were to be with them, would be too good to be true. It kind of feels like those best friends, like those opposite sex best friends, or could be same sex, but I feel like in terms of like Hollywood movies, it'd be the opposite sex best friends, and they have like slept together before, but like it's not a big deal. Like they don't like think about themselves like that, but it's there. Like if they wanted to, if they were to like admit their real feelings or what they really wanted, it would be them. Like they'd want to be together, but it's like they don't want to risk being together and then like not being friends afterwards. So they're just kind of, it's like the person you save for yourself. You know, there's like a movie like that. Let me know in the comments. By the way, go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up right now. Go do it. Thank you. I'm trying to think of the movie. Like there's movies like that where like it's like the person you like keep in your pocket. For some reason, I keep thinking of that movie, Something Borrowed. But I feel like it doesn't fit. Because Something Borrowed, like, her best friend got engaged to him. And I don't feel like there's anything super messy like that here. It feels very clean. But I feel like that's almost like the message from your soulmate. Like, speaking of the message from your soulmate, it's like, they want you to know like they're on the same page as you, like thinking like what if this is the real thing, and they don't want to ruin it. They really don't want to ruin it, just like you. They want to just keep it like this, but I feel like they are open to it. It just needs to be done carefully, slowly. It just needs to be done honestly. It doesn't need to be done from a place of like, let's rush this, or like, let's just hurry up and choose each other so we can just get it over with. It needs to be genuine. But I feel like you'll find as the two of you spend more and more time together, if you haven't already, that like little memories will come up. Like they'll just know what kind of chips you like. they'll know, they'll just know like your preferences, like you've met before, and like they'll know like what kind of coffee you like, and where to, like what places you want to go, where to take you. And you, the same with you with them. It'll feel like a lot of deja vu, like you've done this before. I'm seeing that movie LOL with Miley Cyrus. Don't know what that has to do with shit, but that's what I'm seeing. But you and this person are aquatic. I feel like that's quite obvious. So could have both have like in your big 3 zodiacs, water signs. Lord, my hair is a mess. I feel like there's something with this person's hair, or maybe your hair is a mess. It feels very fuzzy. Okay, I feel like there needs to be something else. Clarify these ones. That's not right. This one, please. And then, I don't know if this one is supposed to be here. Please clarify this one. Just one, please. Just one. Hold on. This person likes things to be very simple. They don't like complex, like they don't like things to be super complex. And I feel like that's a relief for you. I feel like you're relieved by like not having to do so much. I feel like maybe you thought, because of like how society like trains us, maybe you thought that you wanted like a Disney princess, Disney prince kind of like romance. Like maybe you thought you wanted this whirlwind, 50 Shades of Grey, billionaire type of vibe, but maybe you just wanted like someone who remembers to set the coffee, like the coffee maker, and you didn't have to ask them. They just remembered because they know that you want coffee when you wake up to go to work. Like this person is, they remember very simple things. Like they just know that you're out of your favorite ice cream. You didn't have to ask them. Nobody brought it up. But like last week or 2 days ago, they noticed that your ice cream was almost gone, or they hadn't seen you eat it in a while. But they just intuitively know that you want some more of your favorite ice cream, so they go and get it. And like you were craving it all day, but you didn't have time to get it, or you thought maybe you shouldn't. And then you get home or you go meet this person, and they're like, oh, here you go. By the way, I got you some ice cream. And it's very simple. It's not complex at all. I feel like this is the kind of person where y'all could go on the same date, the same like rendezvous, since you might not be dating or want to say that, over and over again, and it would never get old. It's reminding me of The Wedding Date, and how they go to that like movie screening in the park, and they go to that over and over, like it's so simple. That's all they need. It costs like $7. It's not a big deal. They go hang out with the old people. And that's no offense to old people or older people, because what is age? What is time? But yeah, it's like you don't need all the fuss. You don't need to have like a different date every month and like these big gifts, or like this very like loud thing. I feel like you're the kind of people who would just casually slide into like a long-term commitment. Like you just hung out, and first it was just once a week, and then it was thrice a week, and now you're texting and calling, and then now you've moved in together. And I don't know, I feel like you're these kind of people who might never get married, or like you'd be like, oh wow, like one day you think like we should get married, and like get married. These are all messages, I feel like, from your person, but also from you, kind of like from your higher self. Like I feel like it's also what's happened before. It's this ease. It reminds me of the love from Where the Crawdads Sing, how one day the guy like looked up and he was like, I think we should get married. And she was like, we already are. Like, aren't we already? And I feel like that's where this blue flame comes in. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Like, look how ancient this shit looks. And like your souls just wandered out together. Y'all are already get together there. This is very much like best friends vibe. I feel like y'all are very, very best friends. And I feel like the both of you move together easily. Like, there's this quiet ease in how you both move around each other. And I feel like other people notice it, but you two don't. And like, unless somebody points it out, like you finish each other's sentences, or like you just know each other so well. There's that song Light Year featuring Lennon Stella, LENNONSTELLA. Look into it, Light Year by Lennon, with Lennon Stella, featuring Lennon Stella. I feel like this is speaking for itself. Some more water. Oh, look, it's two people. Ain't that cute? Oh, I feel like just friends. Like, I feel like you didn't think you would. Like, you just was like, one day you were like, I'm gonna go here. And like, they're there too. I feel like this happens with you two a lot. Like, you just find yourself doing the same things without communicating to each other. You like the same places, you like the same things. I think different food choices though. I think you have like different preferences in food, but you don't mind the other person's food choices. I feel like there's like a water spirit. It looks like a face here, like a dragon. 2 eyes in the nostril and the mouth. Like a water spirit that like protects you and like holds down this connection and like leads you to each other. Especially when you feel like lonely. Maybe that's when you met this person. Like you were feeling down and you went to a bookstore or a coffee shop and like they were just there. And you just knew it. It's also reminding me, I was gonna say Normal People, but Normal People is very tragic, but still that vibe of those two people. Oh, I'm feeling a bit nauseous. I feel like there's something with like feeling nauseous or like being pregnant. Like you're gonna get pregnant by this person, or they're gonna impregnate you, or you're gonna impregnate them. I said the same thing twice. But I feel like you don't need like the papers. Like you don't need the certificate of marriage. You don't need anybody to give it credit. And I feel like with this person, you feel very calm about things that you would otherwise be terrified about. And like I said, these are all messages back to you from them. Like I feel like with anyone else, if you got pregnant or you impregnated them by accident, you'd be freaking out. But with them, you're like, oh, like we can do this. Like I feel like there's like this calmness to them to you, to them. See, I can't even distinguish the two of you. Maybe somebody has 7 siblings, or it's 7 of them in total. Or I'm hearing like their last name has 7 letters. Something like that. The number 7 was here, wasn't it? 5 plus 2 is 7. Boom, boom, boom. Number 7 is important. I feel like this person could like constellations, and like a constellation specifically associated with the number 7. So a constellation maybe that's prominent in July, but I feel like they like constellations. Or like movies that have like galaxies and stars and shit in them. It's because they remember that they come from star seeds, and it's like subconsciously showing up as their affinity for stars. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic wound. So like, I feel like what they want you to know, or the advice that they would like tell you about them right now, is to like, that it's okay to stop. Like, it's okay to be slow moving with this connection. It's okay if it's not rushed like the other ones, because it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there even if you take a moment, you take a beat, you take a day, you take 2 hours. There's no need to rush. There's this song called Skylight, I think, by Gabrielle Aplin. And she's like, we don't need to rush. We don't need to rush. That's one of my favorite songs. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Yeah, they would say like, if they're having like, I don't know, issues in their life, or just needing to deal with their own mental health or whatever is going on, like, you don't need to be all up on them, and you don't need to absorb what's theirs. You don't need to be anxious and like try to jump into their energy and figure out what they have going on. It's like, no, they're like, you can just take this time, like, consider it a paid holiday. Just take this time to yourself. And when I'm done with this, or when you're done, whatever's going on, I'll still be here. It'll still be here. Okay, so now let's get you a message from this book. All adults here. Upstairs, a wail and then a thump. The twins should have slept another 45 minutes at least. I'm a lawyer, you know, Wendy said. I'm going to figure it out, Elliot said. He swallowed a pocket of air. Let me read it, and why don't you talk to your mom about it? It's your decision, but you don't want to do something you'll regret. Why the fuck would I ask my mother? Jesus, Wendy. Elliot's cheeks were blotchy, and his nostrils flared. It's my decision. Yikes, Wendy said, putting up her hands in surrender. It's my decision, Elliot said again, as if she could have misheard him the first time. Over their heads, Wendy heard one set of feet turn into 2 sets, a small herd. She could see the rest of the day. Elliot locked in his office making phone calls, or maybe just tapping golf balls in the backyard, his Bluetooth headset on, while she wrangled Aiden and Zachary from nap until bedtime, with Daddy swooping in for a goodnight kiss. If he wanted to live somewhere else, they could have lived somewhere else. So, got a few things from that. I got the potential that one of you already has kids, or in the future, there will be at least 2 kids, potentially twins, between the 2 of you. Maybe not biologically both of yours, but there's gonna be 2 kids. What I got also was like, this connection has the potential to save someone from an unhappy marriage, an unhappy situation. And that's what I was saying earlier about like the someone you keep in your pocket, like the what if person. What if I would have chosen this person instead of like choosing fear? and choosing someone safe, where if it doesn't work out, I'll survive it. I feel like you'd be devastated if you tried this and it didn't work. So I will say this: if you're at the beginning of this connection and you can feel it, and everything I'm saying is like, it's feeling familiar to you, because it could just be like it hasn't happened yet, like this, or it has happened in the past. I would say, don't rush into anything. Don't rush away from this connection. Don't try to force it to go faster either. But like, especially don't put yourself into a safer, more logical, whatever choice to try to like avoid this one. And I feel like that's also their message, like from their higher self. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment if this resonated, and I will see you next time. Thank you. All right. Hi, Pal 3. So first we're going to do like an energy check-in, and then we're going to see who this person is. I've been using this deck the whole time. I think I'm just going to continue. With this energy, I feel a bit of like a tug of war, and I did see the Mars energy card when I was shuffling through this deck. It feels like Helga Pataki. It feels like you're lying to yourself and resisting something, and like you're trying to outsmart fate by, like, for one, doing it yourself, but then also like lying to yourself or lying to this person about how you feel and what you actually want. And I feel like because there's this lack of integrity, like maybe you're even like dating someone else, or like trying to date other people, or like you're like open for business and like trying to be with other people, but like you know that you want this person, like you're resisting. So far all the soulmates have been romantic, which I wasn't expecting, but so too I feel is this one. There's this huge resistance. What is this? Oh look, there it is again, that Mars card. I feel like it goes here. Yeah, I feel like it goes here. Maybe not. What is this? What's going on? Oh crap. Okay. Is this? And I feel like these two. What is this? So I feel like with this one being the bottom of the deck now, this is a pattern that your parents had. Forge, don't follow, be the leader you wish you had. Like be who you wished your parents had been. And I feel like for some people this is gonna hit home. Like, don't run away when the going gets tough, and don't run away from accountability. Like, if you're being out of integrity, if you're fucking up, like, admit that to yourself, apologize to this person, or apologize to yourself, or both, and change. Don't let your trauma run rapid and decide your life for you. This is like very fast how like this message came through. Like I'm supposed to like be tiptoeing into it, and it was just like, no, like this needs to, because this was bothering me. And I feel like it's bothering you too. Like, why are you still like, why are you like trying to be out in the field? Like, why are you trying to be outside? You're not supposed to. Like, it looks like, look, this person is longing to be over here in this green ass world with all this abundance, and they're over here. Why are you resisting? Go home. You know, that's like the best feeling in the world, when like you've been gone from somewhere, and like you've left your home and then you had to leave longer than you thought, and then you start to miss a place that you took for granted. That's the best feeling when you finally get back home. You don't need to be outside. Look at me hitting the camera. You don't need to be struggling and doing all this and doing all that. I feel like you need to go ahead and just cut everybody else off. Because even if like this person doesn't agree to like dating you exclusively, you already exclusively quote unquote belong to them. So anything else is just you lying to yourself. And also I feel like it's time for you to move on from someone. I feel like there's someone from the past with this in reverse. I feel like there's someone from the past that you're like wishing or like still trying to force yourself to believe that they're the one, like they're gonna come back and save you, or like you're trying to save yourself from them, and they're not coming back. Or at least if they ever do, they're not for you anymore. I feel like that old version of you died. It feels like that movie or that book, Paper Towns, where he's like chasing this girl the whole time, and like right in front of him were his friends, and like when he finally finds her, she's like, I don't, like, what? Like, I'm not the one. I feel like there's like better examples of this. It's like chasing someone else, and like the whole time the person that like you're most comfortable with was right beside you the whole time, and like they all leave you. They leave you, them and your friends, because you insist on continuing to hunt, and then you feel lonely, and you're like, what? Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. Yeah, this was in reverse. You need to surrender to this. Surrender to this connection. Be a fool. I feel like if we had tarot, the fool would need to come out. Be a fool. Be ridiculous. Put it all on the line for this. Obviously, be safe and protect yourself. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Do it now. Please. See? I feel like you've stopped believing in like love at first sight, and stopped believing that like that kind of love is possible for you. Because I feel like you keep, maybe like this has happened like recently, like you thought something was gonna be something, and you thought it was gonna be something, and you thought it was gonna be something, and it just fell flat. But believe again. Believe that sleigh can fly. One more time. The number 27 might be possible, might be important, not possible, important, as well as the number 37 or 73 or 19 or 91 or 10 might be important. The number 10 or 1. I feel like number 1, number 10, number 1 represents new beginnings. There's a new beginning here. That's still possible, but I feel like if you keep like doing this, you're gonna just suffer more and more. And it's just not, like, why? You don't need to suffer anymore. I feel like that's the message Spirit has been sending you. If you've been seeing angel numbers like 1111, 111, 1010, but I feel like a lot of ones. If you've been seeing those angel numbers, it's Spirit is saying like, why are you still suffering? I'm hearing SZA's song Snooze. Why would I snooze and miss the moment? You're just too important. Nobody do you do. I haven't listened to that song in a while, but that's what I'm hearing. Like the song Snooze. Like, why would you snooze and miss the moment? This is it. You've been shown this is it. You've been seeing the angel numbers. But like, honestly, like, fuck the angel numbers. You don't even need those. Just take the risk and allow this, and forget this ex, because fuck them. Let's see what these say about this person. Earth pulsing of the mother, slow down time and nature. I feel like you're dragging yourself away and stressing your body out by trying to like run away from your soulmate and like hold space for this person that doesn't deserve you, to be frank. Go home. I know I already said that, but like, do it. My stomach is feeling bloated. Are you bloated? I feel like if you're having any symptoms like bloating and stuff, it's because of this resistance. You need to slow down, for one. You're going too fast, thinking too much. Isolation, physical connection, community. I feel like you need to reach out to this person via your soul. Not the ex, but your soulmate. Or not the person of the past. Doesn't have to be an ex. Like with your soul. Like open up to them with your soul. So they know it's real. Okay. I feel like this is also a good time with these pyramids in the background for you to like dig deep and to ask yourself why you're running away from someone who is being kind to you. It's like now that the sirens aren't going off, you're ready to like dial 911 again or something. Like now that the smoke's cleared, you're like picking up matches. You dig deep and ask yourself why. And I bet it's because of your parents. The great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Soften up. Embrace your divine feminine energy. The movie Dune might be important, or the books, the Dune books. Like I feel like instead of like being out here in the desert, like just go home. I know I keep saying that. That's the message from your person. Like come home, like let them hold you. Have they offered to hold you like and cuddle you and like be soft with you and you've been like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not coming over. I'm not gonna hug you. Why? Only you can truly hurt yourself by believing that you're unworthy of love. Like, remember that I said that. There's nothing to fear except for yourself. If somebody betrays you, it's a reflection of them and not you. You need to take care of your body and rest. I'm feeling very tired now. And like I just want to get in my bed and just curl up in a ball. Maybe listen to Adele, the album 30. Love is a game for fools to play. And now I'm fooling. What a cruel thing to self-inflict that pain. And yeah. And she says in the album, by the way, she's like, I just want to go home and watch TV. Do that. Don't make excuses. Whatever excuses just popped in your head for the bright queen, don't make excuses. This looks like a giant ass turtle here to me. Turtles go in their shells and they go to sleep. Like protect your energy. You don't need to be outside. I feel like you keep trying to be outside and like be gangster so you can like prove that you don't need this person. Go home. Solutions will come. I feel like if you're concerned about money or like how it'll look if you like give in to this person, like whatever consequences you feel like will happen if you give in to this soulmate. For some of you, I was about to say you might not have met them yet, but you'll know. You'll just come back to this reading when it's time. Yeah, the solutions will, like, it'll, what's like that saying? I don't know, but like it'll work out. Like you'll cross that bridge when you get to it. Like as the problems arise, as long as you're in divine alignment, like if you're in divine alignment, if you're around who you're supposed to be around, if you're in union with a soulmate, a divine counterpart, the solutions will come. The blessings will come because you are in a high frequency. You are in alignment. Get in alignment. That it'll come. And I feel like you'll see this. I feel like you'll know. The more that you resist, the more you'll be out of alignment. You'll feel sick. You'll have like a scarcity, issues with travel. And then the more, watch, when you get into alignment with this person and you surrender and you take care of yourself and rest and you let them hold you, shit'll just flow. It'll just flow. It'll just flow in, that abundance, that ease, that grace. You can let it be easy. Like I was saying, like now that the sirens are going off, now that the smoke is clearing, don't panic. Please don't panic. That's that Coldplay song. Okay, let's get you a message from me, Earl, and the dying girl. I heard from me, Earl, and the dying hoe, like ending your whole face. I think I'm gonna read here to here. Remember what I said before about how girls like Madison are like elephants wandering around in the undergrowth, sometimes accidentally stumping chipmunks to death and never even noticing. This is what I was talking about because honestly, the rational part of me knew for a rock solid fact that I would never, ever get with Madison Hartner. So I feel like already a message from here is like, you're afraid that this person is like too good to be true. And that like, if you get rid of all your hoes and you just let yourself want this person, they'll move on to someone else. And like I said before, even if that's true, it wouldn't be a reflection of you. Only you can, like, your beliefs about yourself is what stabs you, not another person. But that was just the rational part of me. There's always a stupid, irrational part of you too, and you can't get rid of it. You can never completely kill off that tiny, observed spark of hope that this girl, against all odds, although she could date any guy at school, not to mention guys at college, and even though you look like the oatmeal monster and are a compulsive eater and suffer from constant congestion and say so many stupid things per day that it seems like a stupid things company is paying you to do it. I hope you heard that. This girl might like you. And so when that girl says, "You're so weird, I love it about you," it might feel good. It might actually feel amazing. But that's just the weird chemical process that happens in your brain as you are being stomped to death by an elephant. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, be stomped to death. Like, there's the Rumi Oracle cards, and there's one of them, like, would you throw your baby into a fire? And it's like the logical side of you would be like, no, I wouldn't throw my baby into a fire. But then there's that spiritual part of you, that intuitive part of you that knows that you should throw your baby into a fire because you know that's what's best for the baby. And the baby won't take on death as a permanence, but as a passageway to more life. Like a phoenix. Phoenix might be important as well. Like, become dead by death. Let this love kill you so that you can become more alive. That is all pile 3. If this resonated, please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Feel free to book a personal reading with me. And I will see you soon. Thank you.